Greetings, everyone. Thanks again, once again, for tuning into Porch Talk. And I'm back with my girl, Natalie. We were really getting deep into some things, so we're going to take it on back. And I think we were leaving out. You took the words right out of my mouth. And I was basically going to say the same, or actually ask you a question. That do you believe that kind of depression kind of mirrors addiction? Whereas people, they stay in depression because they don't want to address, or it's hard to address, maybe that's a better choice of word, what's being felt on the inside. So it's like getting high, you have to keep getting high because you don't want to go through that detox, is what I'm getting to. So letting it out is like the detox of the drug. You're in depression. If I begin to address this, that's the detox.
Yes.
The detox, in drug term, you're sick, you're pooping on yourself. You could be throwing up, and you're going through it. You're sweating. You're messing up your sheets. All kind of craziness, right? And it's not the same, but it is the same if you kind of get where I'm coming from. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got you. We flowing. I'm flowing, rolling with the homies. I got you. We on that. You know what I'm saying?
And people, like anything, no one likes pain. Emotionally, physically, people don't like pain. And
some freaks do. I'm sorry. I had to throw that in there.
we ain't talking about that kind of pain. We're not talking about that pain that feel good. We talking about pain.
Pain. I got you.
So, most people don't want to go through that. But as you were, Natalie, because, girlfriend be getting deep. She be getting deep.
I'm sorry. I'll be trying not to go, and then, I just start feeling it, and then I'll just be going. So, my bad. Work with me, not against me. You know what I'm saying? I apologize.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Go for it.
I mean, for me, the detox was not what scared me. What scared me was having to face everything sober. I've been sober for 4 years now. And the first 2 was awesome. For real. Last year was cool, and then it started getting bad. But this year, baby, takes the cake. God has put everything like this is, you gotta go through this now. You gotta go through it, but you gotta go through this sober. I hadn't dealt with a lot of stuff, or a lot of stuff wasn't placed on me, and now I'm starting to really truthfully see life, and now I'm getting hit with things, and I'm getting hit with things sober. And it's now I'm feeling things, because back in the day I drink, I don't care, you say whatever to me, I don't give a fuck. All right, yep, fuck you too, give me a bottle, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Now I have to process shit. I gotta process this, and I gotta feel it sober. How do I handle that? How do I deal with my emotions? You know what? I just don't want to deal with my emotions. I'd rather not. So I'm just gonna let that sit. And now I'm depressed. And now I don't know what to do. And now I just wanna take something that's gonna take me out of this depression. So it's like a fucking circle. And you gotta be how many times we gonna go on this roundabout until you gotta find an exit to get the fuck off. And with depression, sometimes, and with addiction, you lose that battle because you OD, or you lose that battle because you decided to take your life because you couldn't take it. It all mirrors each other, because your usage came from your depression. Your usage came from something that caused you to put yourself in the state of mind that made you feel like you cannot function without the substance. And it gets to the point where people be like, how do you OD? How does a person OD? There's so many ways. But there's some people who genuinely killing themselves. They didn't OD, they killed themselves. That's what they did. They just said, you know what? I'm over it. And then there's some people who just didn't know what they was doing, and they took some stuff that was stronger than what they thought they was, and it took them out. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying? You and it's painful. And I tell people, dude, nobody wants to be an addict. It's expensive. as fuck. Number one, you gain nothing from being an addict. There is no gain. You know what I'm saying? I've never heard an addict say, I gained such and such and such and such, the following things from being an addict.
You ain't getting no motherfucking check.
Okay? You know what I'm saying?
The lottery.
Okay? So there is no gain from being an addict. You know what I'm saying? So when people say you can stop if you want to, okay. So I just want to sit here and just put needles and shit in my arm, and I just want to drink myself to death. This is what I want to do. And then it comes to a point where now you can't stop because your body will shut down if you stop. And that's depression. Your mind shuts down. And your mental, you know what I'm saying? Once that shuts down, everything else just, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So it is hard. It definitely mimics. It all ties in to one, and a lot of people use because they're depressed. And unfortunately, people have lost this battle. Definitely unfortunate. And I tell people all the time, like, I speak, when I go to work every day, I speak to every last person. Like you're not. To say hello to somebody, or smile at somebody, or just say, hey, a helping hand or anything. You never know what that person could be going through that day. And that hello or whatever could have just been what they need, because they might feel invisible, that nobody notices them and nobody says anything to them on a regular basis. So they feel like if nobody notices me right now, if I kill myself, it really won't matter. But I'm going to let you know that you matter, because I'm going to speak to you and say, I see you. Again, I may not like you, but I see you. And you do matter, regardless at the end of the day. I don't care what type of person you are. You matter. You know what I'm saying? Your life should not be over until he says it's over, period.
Well, your test gives you empathy, because
Yes.
I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, and my tests have given me empathy in certain areas as well. But I am that type of motherfucker that, especially when I worked at the hospital. Oh, shit. I was a queen at focusing for and zoning out. And not speaking to motherfuckers. Like, I'm just trying to get to my destination. And then I would speak to those who I wanted to speak to. And it always used to kind of mess me up. People would be like, these doctors, they think they're better than everybody. And I'd be like, I don't give a fuck if they don't speak to me. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I really don't give a shit. And a lot of times they would speak. But, I don't know. People are different. So there are people that might feel like I'm invisible. Who cares? Because there are different temperaments. And we must be mindful of that. So thank God for people like you that have empathy. Because, there's some days I might speak. And some days I might not.
And with me, like I said, like if I don't speak, then people know something's wrong. And that is a blessing and a curse, because sometimes you just be like, damn, like,
leave me alone.
Why can't I can't have a bad day? Like, shit, you know what I'm saying? And because now people are looking for it, you know what I'm saying? And I tell people, are you familiar with the TV show Amen? Little George Jefferson. In the beginning, you know what I'm saying, when he's walking through the church and he's talking to everybody and he's pointing to, hey brother, that's me when I'm walking in work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Turn on the light, put me on the road. Like, hey, what up, though, fam? What up, though, fam? Speaking to everybody. Like, you all right? You good? All right? You got it? All right? And, shoot, I come in with baked goods and stuff. Because, like I said, I'm all about, if you can't be happy at home, be happy at work. And like, you gotta have some place to be happy and some place to balance, and like I said, somebody to talk to. And that's another thing with a lot of people who are depressed. They don't really feel like they can have anybody to talk to. Just like me being an addict, it's hard to talk to people who aren't addicts, because they try. Some people do genuinely try. I've heard people say, like, I'm really trying to understand. And all I can do is genuinely say thank you for attempting to try, because a lot of people don't want to try because they don't care. You know what I'm saying? They only care when it hits home. Mm-hmm. And then the thought process alters. You really never care about a lot of things until the shit actually happens to you, hits you somewhere in the home, and then it's like, if you never lost somebody to cancer, you don't really know what that looks like to watch somebody deteriorate. So you just like, damn, that's messed up. But then when you actually go through it, empathy.
Right.
So when you start going through things,
that's how
you start understanding. So a person who's not depressed don't understand why you crying every day, my dude. Like, I don't understand. Like, stop that shit. And you just like, bro, if I could, do you think I'm trying to do this on, you know what I'm saying? People don't understand. It's about the understanding. And if you don't want to educate yourself, I tell people this, if you refuse to not educate yourself on shit, stop talking.
Well, this is a little off topic, but you know, people I really feel like don't want to deal with things, even to how we were talking about, and we're not going to get into it because I know you don't really want to talk about it, but even like with the whole Nipsey thing, and people were sitting up saying like downing people for the conspiracy theories and downing people. It was crazy to me because it's like, why do you have an issue with how people are trying to figure this thing out? You know what I'm saying? Here it is, the person died. It's just crazy. Like, people are just so... I think they just do that because they don't want to deal with shit. So it's easy to call you stupid and brush you off and put you in the corner than to possibly deal with it, because people want to stay in their box, dude.
They want to stay in their box. And then you have people who just who've never had those skills of how to have a conversation with somebody. You have people who never was taught that, to actually sit down and have a normal conversation with somebody without feeling a certain type of way. People who don't know how to take the word no, or how to take criticism, because they were never taught how to do that. It shows. And you have people, if you don't, do as I say, not as I do, or you got these people, if you don't agree with me and or whatever, then F you and all this other stuff, and that'll lie. And it's just like, that's why they say, birds of a feather flock together. In terms, you are the company that you keep. So if you that type of person, I guarantee that everybody else you deal with is that type of person too. Or you got people who are just yes people around you because you can't deal with people telling you no. Mm-hmm. And so that's not a disservice. That's doing a huge disservice to you.
It is.
Because there's nothing good to come out of a person who just genuinely feels like entitlement for every fucking thing.
Ooh, baby.
Okay? And so at this point, you know what I'm saying, at some point, you got to really realize, like, it starts with you. Mm-hmm. And I'm the type of person, I recognize my flaws before I jump in the pool. So if I know I don't do well with having debates with people without wanting to whoop your ass, I don't involve myself in debates. Because I know that I can't handle that type of interaction. People don't think that way. People just dive in first, and then they put themselves in situations that, and then you talk, and then after you give the story, you be like, dude, you don't even fuck with such and such. Why was you over there in the first place?
After you get a lump on your ignorant ass head, then you want to get to thinking.
So it's really about you gotta educate yourself. Mm-hmm. And if you choose not to, like I said, if you choose not to educate yourself, if you want everybody to agree with you, then just marry yourself.
Yeah.
And talk to yourself every day. Because that's you really, this shit is taught to you in kindergarten. How to interact with other people in a positive manner is really shown to you in kindergarten. Your whole elementary process is really the foundation and the basis of you. Your skill set of just interacting and being able to play with another child and share with another child. It comes, and it's so when I go on Facebook and I be seeing people like arguing with people like to the point where they like, I'm gonna pull up and we gonna throw some hands. How did it get to that point
on Facebook
where you two grown people cannot agree to disagree? Where it comes to the point where now I gotta throw your hands. You want to start talking about my mama, and now you want to start talking about all this other shit.
Because people let their egos get in the way,
and it's so unnecessary. But in the meantime, in between time, I always tell people, be mindful of what you say to people.
Yeah.
Even if they arguing, you can still be depressed. I can be drunk as hell in an addict and still arguing with you. And you can say something to me out of your anger that can just set me the fuck off.
Well, you know me.
I do know you.
You know.
I do know you.
That I can get ignorant on them clappings. And it came to a point. I said, fuck these assholes, really. Because whatever it is, that's on them. It has nothing to do with me of why this asshole wanted to come for me. Because number one, if they had a liquor sense, they wouldn't come for me in the first place. I'm starting to perfect the art of nice nasty, where I'm going to be very nice and shut you down. I'm going to cut you with it. And I'm going to corner you. You're not going to have nothing to say because you're going to be confused. Because you're going to know I'm checking you, but I'm being nice with it. So it kind of catches you off guard. Like, is she, what's up with this bitch? What's she? All right, and it works. And then some people that are just so fucking ridiculous, you just don't even acknowledge them because that's what they want. They want acknowledgement, and it really comes down to they're hurting, and whatever the reason is, you became the target, and okay, shots fired, but you were firing blanks because it didn't hit me, and I'm gonna let them go ahead and hit the ground. And sometimes we just gotta do that.
I mean, hurting. A lot of people walk around hurting, in pain, and don't know how to deal with that. And they're so angry, and they want people to feel what they feel by any means necessary. So they throw out these below the belt blows. It's like a impulse, and it makes you feel good for that moment. Because you're letting all of this out, this fire that's inside of you,
until it burns.
And you're trying to the point you just gotta let it out because you're so hurt. And I can speak because I've done this and hurt people. Yeah, and you don't even realize you hurting somebody because you're so classically conditioned to be the way you are. You think the shit is normal until you get with somebody and you realize that your behavior is totally not acceptable, totally not okay, and totally not normal. But you've been doing this shit for so long and you so prideful.
Ooh, baby.
You don't want to change.
Make sure you choose Rocky Road Productions LLC Porch Talk to feed your entertainment needs. And you can do that by following us on Facebook, Instagram. Make sure you like this video and share it with all your family and friends. Tag somebody in it, why don't you? And don't forget to comment down below and let us know how you feel. And before you leave, make sure you subscribe. That's right. You'll catch us every week. Looking forward to see you again next time. Bye.